We've heard Bears fans want to see Justin Fields. A lot of folks familiar with the Ohio State graduate. How excited are Bears fans? How excited are Bears players that, in fact, Justin Fields will be making his NFL debut as a starter against the Browns?
Fans couldn't be more excited. I mean, this is what they've been waiting for, the opportunity to see Justin Fields. And you have to go all the way back to the draft, where people didn't think it was possible that Justin Fields would be available where the Bears were drafting. And then you saw that Denver passed on him, and it became a possibility. Once we get to that place, there was a level of excitement around Chicago. You got to understand that was a good day. That was like the best day for Bears fans, because that was the day when the Aaron Rodgers report came out, that he was unhappy and that he was trying to figure out a way to leave, and maybe he'd retire and maybe he'd become the Jeopardy host. All of those things were going on draft day, and Bears fans were having this awesome day. So when they get the news that they traded up to get Justin Fields, it was magical. It was downright magical, because that was the quarterback that most people wanted in Chicago, and now he was available, and the Bears had him. So between now and then, you had Bears fans really starting to dream big about what was possible, and having someone that's going to man the position. And I'm sure the people in Cleveland can relate, because the history is similar with the quarterbacks and trying to find someone who's going to hold down the position. And now it looks like Baker is done that for Cleveland, and people here in Chicago are hoping that Justin does that for the Bears.
What about what you saw from him in preseason, and are there some areas that you want to see some growth in from Justin Fields, do you think?
Well, in the preseason, we saw him make some really big wow moments where you go, okay, this guy has got spectacular athletic gifts, and you're seeing him throw the ball really well. There was one play that people keep kind of coming back to, and it was a game against Buffalo where he missed a blitz and a hot, and he ended up getting plastered. I mean, helmet off, do-rag off, like the whole 9 yards. So that gave some people some pause on him. I like the fact that the Bears and Matt Nagy were very honest in the way that they were going to use him. And they allowed him, they brought him in, and he got his own plays in the first 2 games of the season. Now, he had to play once Andy Dalton got hurt, but it was the plan for him to play the entire time. So they're trying to kind of wean him, try to bring him along a little slower than having him start. But now that Andy Dalton is at least down for this week, they have to put him in there and give him his chance. The concerns are pocket presence. What we're seeing with him is, as he tries to figure all of this stuff out, there's some drifting. So he gets to the end of his back pedal, and as plays break down and as he's going through his progressions, he's drifting backwards. Patrick Mahomes actually talked about this as one of the things that he wanted to improve on, and we saw it in the Super Bowl with Mahomes, where he ended up running, I think, for 500 yards of scramble yards because of what Tampa Bay's defense had done to him. I see Justin Fields doing some of that stuff similarly and not having the same type of success when he actually does throw the ball. But it's 2 games in. So, yeah, there's a ton that he can improve on, but there's no one here who doesn't think that he can. And when you look at what he did at Ohio State, when you look at the way that he's built up, the family that he comes from, the way he approaches and attacks getting prepared, there's no one here that doesn't think that he can't figure all of this stuff out.